What's up and welcome to What We Learned for Game Week 13, where we look back at Game Week 12 and see what we can learn moving forward for the Fantasy Premier League. And this video today is brought to you by Fantasy Football Magazine, the only subscription magazine that gets delivered to your door monthly with some of the tips from the best experts in the game. Check out the link in the description down below. And we have a cracking game to start off this episode with, and it's the Manchester United versus Newcastle game, which Manchester United actually won 4-1. But they didn't get off to the best of starts, with Dwight Gale getting the first goal of the game for Newcastle after DeAndre Yedlin managed to cross it into him and Gale managed to put it in at the far post, giving Newcastle the early advantage. And Murphy almost made it too when he was played through by Shelvey, but unfortunately Murphy just hit it wide. But after this, Man United took control. Pogba showed exactly what Manchester United had been missing his first game back, and Ibrahimovic was in the squad as well. But it was very, very clear that Pogba is the type of player that makes a team better by himself. Now, Manchester United looked a lot like the Manchester United of the early season, where they managed to score 4 goals, and a lot of it was due to Pogba's quality. Man United's equaliser came from Pogba working the ball wide with some good footwork and crossing it in for Martial to score at the back post. And Ashley Young also proved his ability to get the ball into the box with a cross that Chris Smalling managed to head away. Then Lukaku proved he could cross the ball as well, and he crossed the ball into Rashford, who saw the run of Pogba coming into the box, headed it down to Pogba, and Pogba finished to get his first goal back from injury. And then Lukaku managed to do a 1-2 with Mata and buried it into the top of the net to finish the game 4-1. But for me, this was the Paul Pogba show. I'm very close to putting Pogba straight into my team as my transfer, even though he's just come back from injury. And I'm not usually someone to rush into a transfer, but Pogba looks like he makes that Manchester United side tick. His quality of passing, his range of passing, his skill on the ball, and when he had the ball and how he can drive Manchester United forward made them look like the attacking threat that they were at the beginning of the season. If we look at the FPL points scored in this game, Pogba was the biggest scorer with 12 points. At £8 million in this game, he scored 1 goal and got 1 assist, getting 2 bonus points and creating and getting a chance every 35 minutes, which is a great return. The other player that stood out for Manchester United was Ashley Young, who managed to get 8 points with 1 assist and got the 3 bonus points, creating a chance every 45 minutes. And then Dwight Gale also would have got you a decent return at 6.1 million. He got a goal and 1 bonus point, getting 7 points in total. He only got a chance, however, every 77 minutes, which of course is not that good, meaning he scored his only chance on goal really. For me now, possibly with Man United's run getting better and Paul Pogba back and the addition of Zlatan Ibrahimovic, I think now they've got some players that can lead and drive that team to the kind of performances we were used to earlier on in the season. And I think it's definitely making options like Lukaku, Pogba, Mkhitaryan, Ibrahimovic and others like Mata seem better and more viable options to put into your Fantasy Premier League side. So Manchester United is definitely a team we need to be watching closely again. On a side note, if the Stoke and Brighton game was on Sunday, that would have probably got into this episode, but it's not going to get into this episode. But if you didn't know, it was Stoke 2, Brighton 2, and Pascal Gross and Choupo-Moting seem to be the best players that performed in that game, but I've not watched it myself. But what we will move on to is West Brom versus Chelsea. Chelsea going to the Hawthorns and managing to pick up a 4-0 convincing victory. And if you had a Chelsea player, you were very, very happy with yourself. West Brom didn't start badly, to be honest, but a brilliant turn of pace from Eden Hazard after he seemed to get angry about a foul on him allowed him to take a shot from distance at Ben Foster, who managed to save it, but all he could do was parry it into the path of Morata, which gave Morata an easy rebound to score. And then the second came after a ball from Fabregas was beautifully flicked on by Morata, which allowed Eden Hazard to run onto it and round Foster before scoring the second. A Fabregas free kick from the left found an unmarked Marcus Alonso at the back post, which isn't something you necessarily see with a West Brom side being bad at defending set pieces. And then Fabregas got a second assist with a beautiful long ball forward to Hazard, who still had a lot to do, but managed to score his second of the game. Now, this game has pretty much put the nail in the coffin for Tony Pulis, because he has officially been sacked by West Brom. West Brom are looking for a new manager. think it's a bit harsh to judge West Brom against the Chelsea side, and also Tony Pulis has done a great job at the club. However, I'm not going to get too much into that. What I will talk about is the two standout players of this game, Fantasy Premier League wise, and that was Eden Hazard at 10.6 million. He would have got you 18 points. So those of you that brought him in early are going to be smiling about it, because he got 2 goals and 1 assist and 3 bonus points with a minute per chance of 17.8 minutes. He definitely looks like he could be on form playing alongside Alvaro Morata. Marcos Alonso also finally returned points at 6.9 million. He was too expensive to keep for that long without points, so I'm not too fussed about this one good performance. But if he keeps going, I'm going to be annoyed that I got rid of him. But 14 points from 1 goal, a clean sheet and 2 bonus points, and he got a chance in each half. Marcos Alonso is still an attacking threat from defence. For me, it's going to be a question, however, of Morata versus Eden Hazard, because it looks like they're both going to be playing very advanced. Hazard didn't create many chances, but Morata definitely looks a great option as well at slightly cheaper, at around the same price, and it all depends on who you think is going to score more and where you need a player. Morata, I feel, is a player that is more necessary because there isn't an easy choice up front after Harry Kane for me personally. Lukaku, of course, is an option, as are the Manchester City pair, but I know Morata is going to play nearly every game and is probably going to be involved in a lot of the goals. Whereas Lukaku, I feel like I'm not sure he's going to be the main man always scoring, especially in the big games. And the rotation between the Manchester City pair, unless one of them gets injured, is always worrying. So for me, that makes Morata a slightly better choice than Hazard. But if I can find another striker like Gabriel Jesus if Sergio Aguero gets injured, then Hazard looks like a very good option that I'd probably bring into the side ahead of Morata. But it all is where I need to fill a place in my team. And at the moment, I think Morata is more necessary for me, but I'm not saying that's the case for you. We then move on to Bournemouth versus Huddersfield, and Bournemouth finally showed the kind of attacking threat that they have had previously. And Callum Wilson came to the forefront in a big fashion. He's been someone that FPL managers have thought could have a big impact on the FPL, and it looks like if he can continue off of this game and get a good run of form going, we could be watching the player we thought we would get a couple of years ago. Huddersfield started the strongest, however, in this game, with Scott Malone coming very close with a toe poke past the far post. However, whilst Huddersfield are wondering about why they didn't get a free kick for a foul earlier, a corner came in from Bournemouth and Callum Wilson was unmarked and put the ball away easily. And this started a kind of avalanche effect on the scoreline for them, because a free kick was then whipped in, and to be honest it looked offside to me, but Sermon's free kick was whipped into the space between the goalkeeper and the defence, and Wilson ran onto it for another easy finish. And even though Simon Francis got sent off just before half time, the second half didn't see anything change, because Huddersfield did start to press but then made a mistake in defence which allowed Harry Arter to steal the ball and put it away calmly with his left foot. And to finish the game, King goes through and down to the byline, waits for Wilson to get into box, finds him with a pass, and Wilson finishes to get his hat-trick. To be honest, Huddersfield didn't look good, especially in the second half when they had the man advantage and they still couldn't really get anything from this game. Callum Wilson is the standout player with 17 points at 5.9 million. That's a great return. 3 goals and 3 bonus points with a chance every 25 minutes. And Charlie Daniels also did rather well. At 4.9 million, he managed to get 8 points, and he actually created 1 chance in the game as well. If Bournemouth can keep some more clean sheets in this easy run of fixtures, potentially players like Charlie Daniels do have a tendency to get goals and assists as well, so there could be some great options in that Bournemouth defence. We then move on to Liverpool versus Southampton, and to be honest, in this game Liverpool dominated nearly the whole game from what I saw. From the off, they scored with an opener from Mohamed Salah with a great finish from outside the box on the right, curled it in with his left foot to the far post. A fantastic finish, and Mohamed Salah looks like he's in a great vein of form, which means you should probably get him into your side. And then Salah took the lead for the bonus points and kept it with a goal from a Coutinho outside of the foot pass through the defence. Mohamed Salah ran onto it and put it past the keeper. And then all of the attacking players apart from Salah were involved in the third, with Mane finding Firmino, who has his shot saved, but Coutinho scores the rebound. Now, the standout players in this game, points-wise in FPL, you have Mohamed Salah, who is regularly getting over 10 points a game now, getting 16 points with 2 goals and 3 bonus points, getting a chance every 16 minutes. And then Coutinho at 8.8 million, he got 13 points with a goal and an assist and 2 bonus points. He got a chance every 13.8 minutes, but he has a tendency for long shots over Salah, and he created a chance every 69 minutes as well. So those two definitely stood out as the best performers. Coutinho could potentially move, however, so Salah definitely seems the more nailed on and unlikely to stop his vein of form option from this game. And then the other performers we are looking at Mustafi from Arsenal, 5.3 million. He managed to get 14 points from the North London derby, Arsenal versus Tottenham, with a goal and a clean sheet with 3 full bonus points. He only had the 1 chance in the game, but it was a great performance by Arsenal against Spurs. And Mustafi's goal, while it's debatable if it should have been a free kick first of all, and then it's debatable whether he was onside or not, Mustafi definitely had a great return to the Arsenal side and could be a good option for our sides at 5.3 million. And then Watford versus West Ham. I was watching this game wanting a crazy result of like Richarlison hat-trick and a West Ham win at 4-3 or something like that. However, it ended 2-0. Will Hughes started his second game for the club and his first game in front of the home fans and managed to get a goal and an assist with a great performance. He got forward quite a lot, which I was surprised about, and it looks like at 4.6 million he could be putting his name in the hat to contest with the likes of Tom Carroll and Ruben Loftus-Cheek at the 4.5 million range mark. He got 14 points from 1 goal and 1 assist with 3 bonus points. He had a chance every 28 minutes and created a chance every 17 minutes, which is a great return for a player of that price. So guys, thank you so much for tuning into this episode as usual. Hopefully I will be streaming tomorrow, which would be Tuesday, so I don't know when I'm putting this video out. This video might be out Tuesday, but I should be streaming on Tuesday around 8 to 8:30. So come join the stream if you want to ask me some questions. Leave in the comments down below any questions you want me to answer on the stream as well, and hopefully we'll get a My Team episode out for you early Wednesday as well, so look forward to that. I've been JNO, this has been FPL Today, and remember, it's all about the game.